This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, how there, ho there, it's Jeff Go Diamond. Welcome to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. And the birthday boy for today, December the 5th, was a wide receiver for years for Washington, the Jets, and the Eagles. A pretty good player in the NFL. He's one of the best receivers of all time. Indu- He's an inductee of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And in 2008, he was pretty impressive. His name is Art Monk, or Jim Monk, as you can call him that, I guess. He is 67 years old today. He was born December 5th, 1957, in White Plains, New York. Very good place to live and all that. And then, quite honestly, he went to the state of New York to play college football, and that was Syracuse, where he played 4 years for the Orangemen. Well, when they were known as the Orangemen at the time, not the Orange. Helping the team out being one of their best receivers of all time, leading the team receiving in 77, 78, and 79. He still is top 10 on several career lists, including reception 6th and receiving yards 7th. He was a graduate of the College of Visual and Performing Arts. So anyway, for Syracuse, he did quite well. And then came the 1980 NFL Draft. The draft that saw Billy Sims head to Detroit. As for wide receivers, Johnny Lamb Jones went to the Jets. Second overall. Well, Lamb Jones was actually, San Francisco traded that pick to the Jets, so that was a huge one. So Lamb Jones went there. Well, the Niners got Earl Cooper, the pick from the Jets. Their pick swap. Monk would be 18th overall to Washington. So anyway, the second receiver picked and 18th overall. In his rookie campaign, he was a unanimous all-rookie selection. Made 58 catches, which was a rookie record. Monk in 1984 would actually hit 106 catches, the most in the NFL at the time, for a career best 1,372 yards. He had five games of 100 or more yards receiving, and one time in San Francisco, he caught 10 passes for 200 yards. He was obviously named to the Pro Bowl, and then kept going over 1,000 yards receiving. He was the first Washington player to catch 70 or more passes in 3 consecutive seasons. He was known as the Posse, a wide receiver trio alongside Gary Clark and Ricky Sanders, called the Posse, becoming the first trio of wide receivers in NFL history to hit 1,000 yards receiving in the same season. So that means that Washington had to throw for more than 3,000 yards in that time. Monk helped Washington won 3 Super Bowls in his tenure, 1983, 1988, and 1992. He only had 3 Pro Bowl appearances, which sucked in a sense. So he got the 1,000-yard receiving mark more than five times in a season. He had his 106-yard receptions taken out by Sterling Sharp in 1992 when he had 108. He was actually the first player to hit 900 catches, and he got to 940, but was overtaken by Jerry Rice in 1995. He did have the most consecutive games with a catch, 183, which in a 17-game season, you have to have a catch every year for 10 years, and that would be 170. He became the first player to catch a touchdown in 15 consecutive years. So he did pretty well for 14 years in Washington, but somehow, in some way, they let him go, and the Jets picked him up for the 94 season, which the Jets were looking good, and then the fake spike ruined them. In 95, he played 3 games, for Philly. But in his career, 224 games, he caught 940 passes for 12,721 yards and 68 touchdowns. So anyway, Monk alongside Darrell Green was inducted to the Pro Football Hall of Fame at the same time in 2008. He got to the College Football Hall of Fame in 2012, but a massive fact. People said that Monk received the longest standing ovation in Pro Football Hall of Fame history at 4 minutes, 4 seconds. That's hard to impress. Anyway, yeah, talked to his regular season numbers. Postseason numbers, he had 15 games, 1,062 yards receiving, and 7 touchdowns. So he did okay. And all that. He's 10th in receptions now at 940. He's 14th in receiving yards and 183 consecutive games with 1 reception. He's 6th. Behind Jerry Rice, he had 274 games with a catch. Tony Gonzalez, 194. Marvin Harrison, 190. Heinz Ward, 186. And Terrell Owens, 185. Still owns the Washington records for receiving yards and receptions. As I said that, the first player to record a touchdown reception in 15 consecutive seasons. So anyway, he looked pretty good. He went through community service and all that, helping high school students out. He had a football camp that has graduated 14,000 athletes. So yeah, he had a very interesting time. And a good wide receiver that Jerry Rice looked up to and knew what he had to do to be the wide receiver he always wanted to be. So he's a pretty good wide receiver, no? Anyhow, I'm dropped. I'm gonna do.